Hello everyone, welcome to next video tutorial on the module 3. In the module 3 we are going to concentrate on how to retrieve the content of an web application. In that we have seen many concepts like web spidering and how to enumerate the content, and that today class I'm going to start with analyzing the application. Like in already we know how to get the content from the website by means of many other different technologies, and today only extracting the data from different types of data from the web content is not sufficient. Like we can access the menus and we can access the hyperlink, and which all data is embedded in the web application. These all things we obtain from the web spidering, but it is not sufficient. Along with that, we need to get the analyzing the application functionality also takes an important task here. Like we can identify the behavior and technology employed to identify the key attacks. Like we need to identify which all the way the attacks can be done during the extraction of data. Along with that, we have some key areas to identify. After getting the data from the website, the next step is that you have to analyze the functionalities. The first investigation technique is the application core functionalities, like the action that can be leveraged to perform when used as intended. For example, whenever you want to the you want particular function to be executed at particular time, the application should be available to uh, provide the service. Okay, then uh, more peripheral applications like behavior, like the offsite links. Like even though in a single web page hyperlinks are nothing but the source is available in the other website, but we are calling those sources by making use of the link provided in current website. But in the offsite link is that even the same page, the for example, I need to get the one data which is available in the third page. I want to access from the I want to get that link in the first page only. In such case, we go for offsite link. The We have to analyze such kind of informations also, and error messages, like whenever the data is not available, that time we are going to display an error message. That information also we should analyze. Then administrative and logging functions, and redirect functions, like whenever we need some operation to be required in the current application, but that information not available, that service not cannot be able to provide from the current application. That time we want to provide the redirect. Like I want to in the Amazon web services and all, if you want to buy some product, after you put the items in the cart, we need to provide redirect to the payment site. In such case, such functionality also identified from the website. Then along with that, you have to maintain the session state, access control. These all functionalities are only given for the administrator, or you can say authorized user. While accessing the data from the web, we need to concentrate on analyzing these informations also that are not usually available for the user, uh, your normal users. Okay, then next bit is fourth point is uh, we need to, whenever we are sending the information to the server by making use of an URL, we should understand which all parameters we are sending from the query, and how to post the data, what cookie contains during the transmission of an data from client to server. And along with that, we need to find the different forms, the client sending the information in the form of the forms, that also we need to extract and identify which all important data we are sending. Then at same time we need to check that secure circuit layer, like that whether the application is incorporated that SSL layer, so that the attacker could not able to get the data. We need to identify these all component to identify that whether the application can be accessed from by means of other hand, or the application is safe. These all things can be identified making use of uh, the analyzing the application. Then another way of analyzing is that identifying the entry point for the user input. The name itself indicates that identifying the entry points means whenever a client sends the request, it will move to the server by making use of an HTTP request. This HTTP request nothing but it is an entry point for the user to reach to the server. Like location, different locations are every URL string up the query string marker means that in the URL itself we are sending the host name and the which page we required, that all things to be identified. Then every parameter submitted within the body of the post request means that whenever the server sends the response, that will be available from where the post method. Okay, in the post method and get method, the difference is that in the post method it is encrypted one. We could not able to identify what is the input parameter sending from the client side. Then HTTP header we need to identify, at same time we have to get the user agent like the browser. The referrer means that from which other proxy server we are getting the data. Then accept language means which language we are sending the data. Then who is the sender. These all things be identified by making use of an entry point, that too from the URL query string. Then next is URL file path. As I told in the REST method, okay, the REST is an already in the previous model we have seen. The REST contain the URL which contain only the required data, not all the like HTTP. It contain the complete path is not required. Only it requires that what is the folder and which is the file we are going to access. Okay, so URL file path contain the directories and files that we're looking for. Okay, so this is the only query string. We are just reducing the content length of an URL, so you can identify the only the interested required things, or you can say the interested fields in the URL that can be considered as an entry point for the user input in the query string. In this example, I have given iPhone 3G should be treated as an parameter to store the search function. Like whenever you go for the any online site, the different search criteria will be there based on brand, based on the price, based on the color, and the range will be there. In such way, we have to specify the searching criteria. Like that can be provided in terms of the URL path. Then another way of getting the analyzing the application is by making use of HTTP header. Okay, the HTTP headers are mainly that are generated from the user agent. Here, the user agent is an browser, and an application may detect that user has arrived via search engine and seek to provide a customized response. Means that whenever we send a request from the search engine, or you can say that from the browser, it will ask for the only particular response from the server. Okay, and few of the people, few of the website will perform, they want to increase their ranking. Like we can say that number of ranking it get increases. Based on that only, whenever we search for any particular shopping site, uh, the website having highest ranking will be appear at the beginning. For example, if I search for online shopping sites, so we have Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, all of them. Among these, whichever site is having highest ranking, that will be appeared at the beginning. So in order to increase the ranking of an website, they want to boost their search ranking dynamically, so that they are sending the dynamic links to all over the other website it, so that whenever they click on those URL, the rank will get increased. Okay, this will provide the application analyzer to obtain the required data at an immediate manner. this will in turn help the attackers to inject their content into the application. Okay, because they are in order to increase their ranking, they are storing their dynamic content in all the places. That makes an attacker to easily identify those kind of link and embed their data. Okay, then out of bond out of band channel. Out of band channel nothing but there are some data are there which is not usually uh, obtained during analysis of an application, as well as during accessing the content of an website. Okay, they will not be easily caught. It means that it will not be easily detectable, like HTTP traffic generated by the application. Means that we are sending the data randomly. In such cases, it is difficult to map or identify the data in that traffic. We have some example like webmail application that process and render email message received via simple mail transfer protocol. Okay, a tremendous number of data will be transmitted in a seconds. That time is difficult for the application to track those data. And at the same time, next is publishing application that contain function to retrieve the content from the HTTP from another server. Like whenever the user asks for the data, it is not available in that server. That time it will redirect to the some other proxy server. Such kind of data will not be obtained easily. Why? Because the enumerating technology will not able to looking for only the particular website, but in order to it will not identify the dedicated server from where we will get the next data that will not be available. Then an intrusion detection application that gathers the data using network sniper and present this using web application interfaces. Like there are some intrusion detection system is there, they won't allow the uh, someone else to get the data. So for that sake, they are using them by accessing the authenticated data from the different means. For that, they are using some secure channel to obtain the data. In such case, also it is not possible to obtain the data. Then any kind of application that provides an API interface for use by non-browser, means that the browser will not able to access those application programming interface. For that, they are using some secure channel so that only those people can access it. Like if you are making use of an iPhone, in the iPhone, they will make use of a secure channel rather than all other systems are using. In such case, it's difficult for the application or the enumerating such content is a difficult one. Okay, this is of how to analyze the application. Just go through this. In the next video I will go for the next bit, like analyzing the application, identifying the server functionalities. Okay, thank you.